Page 18, We Three Kings of Orient are. Sounds like Yoda talking. 3/4 time with one chart, so it's either in G major or E minor. Well, this piece is a little different. It's actually in both. If you look at the end of page 19 at the bottom, it ends on a G chord. So you think, okay, it's G major. Generally, a piece will end on its one chord. Most of the time. Not always, but most of the time. Well, you have a verse and you have a refrain. You see at the top of page 19, the double bars, those two bars, that's a section break. So one section is the verse and the other section is the refrain. They're only showing one set of words here. I think there's more though. So the verse, if you look at that, you're ending here. That's an E minor chord. So the verse is in E minor. I mean, it sounds like E minor. But when you get over to the refrain at the top of page 19, when you go, oh, here, now you're in G major. See, E minor and G major have the same key signature. So it's a little trickier on this one. They threw you a curve. They do that. One hand at a time first. Let's see. Right hand here to start. And remember, all the F's are sharp. But it's a 3/4 time. We can count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Lift up at the end of the phrase. Just gentle things so we get a little silence. Don't like a breath. If you're singing it, you can breathe there too. Oh, 1. Etc. Top of page 19. You're up here. Cross over third finger on the F sharp. And then lift up. It's the end of the phrase for the O. O, O. Lift up again. Some people lift up here to break it, so you silence, and some people connect it. According to the words, you connect it. It's all, you don't, oh, star. It's a little fragmented, a little choppy. So I'll leave that up to you after you get to know it. If you don't like that phrase being separate, then connect them. If you don't mind it, then separate them. You'll figure it out, I hope. Third line down. Go here. Lift up and move. Because now we want second finger on that. So we're ready for all these other notes that we're playing now. Isn't that nice? And then the last line, second measure, second finger, and then 4. Another way, if you want to have some fun here, since we have 3 G's in a row, use 3 fingers. 3, 4. You got to do that sometimes, and this is good practice. This is a slow piece, well, sort of slow. So why not take advantage of that practice and get a little bit of this in. Left hand, starting out with the E chord. Try and get these down at the same time. And that's tied for 2 measures, and then here. Then here again, and then at the bottom, the here. Don't forget the F sharp. I don't know why they give you a 4th finger at the top of page 19, because it's 4 anyway. You're in that position. You don't need a finger number. Maybe it's because, I don't know, beginning of the page they decided to be nice, but I don't know. And now when you go to the next section, the double bar, you can go ahead and lift here. It's about the only time you really get much of a lift in the left hand. Otherwise, it's all legato. Then here, 4, 2, and that's tied. And then here, and third line down. First measure. Now move. Here. You're going to lift to do that. Okay, we don't have to do that, but let's go ahead and just do that. Lift up and move. There's a rest at the bottom, and then during the rest you move up. Put the hands together. Oh boy. Make sure on these quarter notes you got, see, the different fingers are working here, so be careful. And you do that again, Let's go down over to page 19. Over there at the beginning, you're here. Then you're going to lift up. We do this all again. Now in this fermata, that's a felt thing. A fermata, you hold it longer than normal. Here you'd hold it for one count. 1, 2, 3, 1. But a fermata says hold that longer. You don't know how much longer. It's a felt. What do you feel right? How much do you want to milk that before you can go on, type thing. When we play with a metronome, I got to stay with a metronome. So I follow a guide there, and that is that I simply double the value of the note, and then I go on. So a quarter note, I'll just hold it 2 counts. So it's 1, 2, 3, hold, and then we go on. When you get down to the bottom of page 19, you're here. When you play that B, make sure the left hand is silent. That B's by itself. You got to move up anyway, and this gives you time to do that. Let's try this out slowly and double check the notes and the rhythms. I'm not going to perform it. You can perform it. You have to decide how fast you want this. And what your dynamics are, you got to get to know the piece so you can get to know the dynamics. What do you feel the dynamics should be? You're not always going to be the same dynamic. I come down, I get a little softer. Now here, the bottom of page here, I might start crescendoing a little bit. Here. Now this might be a little louder because here we are. So that might be a little louder. And then at the end, you might get a little softer. I even slow down a little bit. It's an interpretive thing. You got to get to know the piece first, and then you interpret it and turn it into music. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of mechanical stuff. A lot of computer do it if that's what it is. So let's try this together slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms. We're not performing it, we're just playing to check notes and rhythms. So I'll give us 3 counts. So your hands are here and here. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 2, 2. 3.